Here's who's donating to Virginia's most expensive attorney general's race ever. The unprecedented flow of cash into the Virginia Attorney General's race this fall is being fueled by a group that promotes conservative judges, pro- and anti-gun control organizations, and a billionaire whose 5-hour energy drink is facing multiple lawsuits from attorneys general in other states over allegedly deceptive advertising. Incumbent Mark Herring, D., and Republican John Adams are virtually tied in fundraising in the final days before Tuesday's election with about $9 million each, more than twice as much as was spent in the 2013 contest. The money is paying for a flurry of negative advertising and, analysts say, illustrates the extent to which outside groups are trying to influence the only attorney general's race in the nation this year, ahead of 32 attorney general contests in other states in 2018. Campaign donations influence the officeholders' choices whether they know it or not, said Jeffrey Skelly of the University of Virginia's Center for Politics. Not every donation is a quid pro quo, but you are probably going to listen to those donors a little more when big issues come up. The Republican Attorneys General Association, RAGA, and the Democratic Attorneys General Association, DAGA, in past years have not donated to candidates in contests that feature an incumbent, like Herring. This year, however, the Republican group abandoned that posture, and the Democratic group quickly followed suit. The organizations became the top fundraisers for each campaign, funneling money given to them by individuals, businesses and advocacy groups. RAGA has donated $6.7 million to Adams so far this year, according to state and federal reports tracked by the nonpartisan Virginia Public Access Project. DAGA has given Herring $2.3 million, plus $400,000 in in-kind donations. The change in the Republicans' donation policy came after several Democratic attorneys general, including Herring, began aggressively challenging President Trump's policies in court. Many Republican attorneys general, who had previously challenged Obama administration proposals, have filed legal briefs supporting Trump's positions. Party committees have a clear mission: win races, said Zach Rode, RAGA's communications director. RAGA decided earlier this year not to leave winnable races on the table. As if to demonstrate the ongoing policy battles, Herring announced Thursday that his office has joined California, Delaware, Maryland and New York in suing over the Trump administration's recent decision to expand the rights of employers to deny women insurance coverage for contraception. Adams had argued twice in lawsuits for the rights of employers to refuse to provide birth control coverage based on the employer's religious beliefs. Mark Rozell, the dean of the George Mason University Schar School of Policy and Government, said the Attorney General's job may be on the radar screens of interest groups for other reasons as well. The down-ticket races are of such consequence to these donors, because the election winners are likely to be gubernatorial candidates in 4 years, Rozell said. The biggest single contributor to either Attorney General candidate is the Judicial Crisis Network, perhaps best known for its efforts last year to block Obama Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland. The group sent $2.35 million to RAGA in 2017, according to the association's report to the Internal Revenue Service. Second was the National Rifle Association, which gave RAGA $775,000. Etc. Capital, an investment fund in Farmington Hills, Michigan, whose founder owns 5-Hour Energy, donated $500,000 to RAGA. The Democratic Association has only reported donors from the first half of 2017 to the Internal Revenue Service, and will file its report from the second half in early 2018. In the first 6 months of the year, DAGA's biggest contributions were $108,455 from the Progressive State Leadership Committee, its own fund that donates to candidates, about $75,000 from the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, and just over $60,000 from T-Mobile. Since June 30, DAGA Communications Director Lizzie Ulmer said, some of the top donors have been Planned Parenthood, the National Education Association and Citigroup. One Commonwealth, Herring's own Leadership Political Action Committee, gave $827,500 directly to Herring's campaign, making it his second biggest donor after Doga. The next biggest is Everydown for gun safety, which gave $600,000 through the end of October. One of that group's founders is former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. The Judicial Crisis Network's chief counsel and policy director, Carrie Severino, did not respond to a question about Adams, but said Raga has had enormous positive impact on our public policy landscape by supporting attorneys general who fight for the rule of law and the constitutional principles that